Well, good evening here and welcome to Pelican Rapids High School for tonight's Section 8 2A championship game between the Perham Yellow Jackets and the Fergus Falls Otters. I'm Jason Groth, joined once again by Lance Rock. And Lance, again, the two teams that were supposed to meet last year now meeting up this year here in the Section 8 2A championship.
Right, Jason, and I don't think if you were a story writer, you could not write up the last two nights we've had. First, you get the rematch in the girls' Section 8AA finals between the Fergus Falls Otters and the Pelican Rapids Vikings, and all the drama that went with that last year, and then Pelican Rapids repeating. Now you turn around tonight, and that story just continues. And here we are with the Fergus Falls Otters and the Perham Yellow Jackets, who were on a collision course last year, both coming off great victories. Perham against East Grand Forks by a couple of points, and I watched part of the game against Fergus Falls and DGF, and they were on fire, and it was a collision course waiting to happen until the coronavirus shut down the boys' basketball season, and it ended right there with kind of a question mark ending.
The Yellow Jackets last year were 28-0. Fergus Falls was 25-4. The Yellow Jackets were one of two teams to finish with an undefeated record, but didn't get a chance to play that championship game. Eden Prairie was the other. And this one tonight should be a fun one. Fergus Falls has got their big man back, Chance Fazio. He's been playing a big role so far for the Otters in this postseason run.
Right, and we talked about this last night, Jason. It's the same two teams, but not the same look. There's different names, there's different positions being played, certainly different offenses and defenses happening. But the rivalry's still there, and there's still a little taste in everybody's mouth of wondering, what if? What if it would have happened last year? Well, it can't be last year, but I'm sure excited to see what happens this year.
It should be an exciting one. The last time these two teams played was in 2019. Perham earned a 75-65 victory over Fergus Falls in the Grand 8 Holiday Classic in Perham. Before that, it was 6 years ago. Last time those two teams played. Before that was a 63-57 victory in 2015. Both teams took unique roads to get here. Both kind of had different styles of games to get here. For the Yellow Jackets, with a record of 16-5, they opened up with a nice 59-30 victory over Wadena Deer Creek, followed that up with a 61-43 victory over East Grand Forks, and then knocked off a very strong Barnesville team by a score of 55-40.
And I think the one thing that stands out to me in each of those victories, Jason, is the opponent's points. And those of you who've watched Coach Cressup's teams from way back when he came till now, the one thing that's always stayed tried and true was the effort that they put into on the defensive end. And I don't think tonight's going to be any different. They're going to come out in their traditional man-to-man. They're going to deny some things. It's going to be a little harder when you have a 7-footer in the middle to defend everything that you're used to defending, because whatever happens, you just don't see that height that much at a high school level, sometimes not even at a college level.
And the Otters got here with 3 straight wins over Staples Motley, 76-47. They knocked off Holly 66-36 and defeated War Road 61-38 to get here. And in that victory over War Road, they received a nice game. It was Dominic Aguilar and Luke Newman leading the way with 14 each. Chance Fazio had 12 points, 12 rebounds, and Abel Aho finished with 10 points in that game for Fergus Falls.
Right, and one of those things is I've started to see throughout the year that Fergus Falls scoring it was dominated early by Fazio, the 7-footer, and Aguilar, the really nifty guard that can shoot the ball, get to the basket, has nice size. Now it's started to spread out a little bit. You're starting to see some of those other names fill that score sheet a little bit, and I think that makes them a little more dynamic than maybe they were even at the beginning of the year.
And on the other side of things, the Yellow Jackets in their victory over Barnesville, it was 14 points on the board for Finn Diggins, 13 for Gabe Thompson, and 11 for Elijah Morris. Barnesville did a good job taking away Diggins in the first half. Second half, he became that point forward that we talked about, moved the ball around well, and got his teammates in the action. Soren Anderson with 8, Micah Thompson with 8 points as well in the game for the Yellow Jackets. And the key was Elijah Morris. His 3-point shot wasn't there. Coming back off of the protocol delay, His shot wasn't there from the outside, but he made some nice decisions. Couple head fakes, got the defender off his feet, was able to drive to the hoop, and I think that's going to be a key tonight for the Yellow Jackets.
Right, and there was the surrounding cast. Definitely every game that we've covered so far this year, Jason, the goal for the other team is to take Finn Diggins, maybe not limit him because you're not going to limit him to points, but hold him in check. And what's going to happen is that secondary scoring has to come. And the Yellow Jackets got it against Barnesville in the second half, and that's what spread that game out. You can go down the list. Gabe Thompson hit a few three-pointers. Soren Anderson, like you said, Micah Thompson slid to the bucket and got open. Grant McMartin filled the role that they needed and just kind of took that senior leadership over and found some open guys. So if that happens for the Yellow Jackets and they get in rhythm like that, with the defense they play, they're going to be hard to beat.
That will be interesting to see how this plays out tonight. We'll take a timeout, come back with your starters and keys for tonight's game. We thank you for tuning in to the Section 8 2A Championship on the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Hi, I'm Jen Hendrickson, mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, we are here to help you through the process and answer all of your questions. Mortgage rates are great right now. You can check out our website at ucbankmn.com to get pre-approved, sign up for Rate Watch, and check out our mortgage rate calculators. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Community Bank.
Well, welcome back once again here to Pelican Rapids High School. I'm Jason Groltz with Lance Rock as we get ready for what's going to be an exciting Section 8 2A championship game. The Perham Yellow Jackets with a record of 16-5. They were 9-3 in the HOL, 13-4 against opponents from Section 8 2A, including the playoffs. Taking on the Fergus Falls Otters with a record of 14-7, 7-6 in the Central Lakes Conference, and they're 4-0 against opponents from Section 8 2A, including a 48-43 victory earlier this year against the Perham Yellow Jackets in Fergus Falls.
Yeah, and that was a good matchup. Fergus Falls kind of just steamed out right away to a early lead. Aguilar kind of took over that game. He was just on fire outside. And then halftime came, and it's almost, I'm a little scared to say, if you're a Yellow Jacket fan, it's almost becoming kind of a thing at halftime. They kind of flip a switch, and you see a different Yellow Jackets team. I don't know that they can afford to do that again tonight, Jason. I think they're going to have to start right from the beginning and let it rock, and their shots have to be falling. I don't think you want to fall too far behind on this Fergus team.
In that contest, Finn Diggins had 16, Elijah Morris had 14, Dominic Aguilar had 19, Elliot Pribanow had 10 for the Otters. And it was one of those unique contests. Yellow Jackets were coming off a game the night before against a very strong Moorhead team. And then they came and played Fergus Falls in the afternoon, which was a rare thing this year to have a night game the day before, a day game.
And back-to-back road games. You know, it's just the schedules didn't kind of allot themselves out to that way this year. It was more common in years past. And it was a doubleheader, and there, you know, I know Coach Cressup well enough that he would never use that as an excuse, and I think he's expecting his players to come out kind of maybe even a little revenge factor from that one and get ready to roll here tonight in this Section 8 AA championship game.
Kind of a nervous tension in the crowd from both student sections. As you see, we just had the Fergus Falls student section on our screen. Now look over at the Perham Yellow Jacket student section. just all anticipating the start of this game.
And as a parent, I certainly understand where you're scanning in the crowd and seeing the parents. A lot of them are standing, swaying, kind of moving. There's people up on the track walking around. That's the way I was as a parent. Now, I didn't have basketball players. I had wrestlers. But when it came to their match, I would be the one furthest away from the match, pacing, and all the people would be going, "What's wrong with you?" You can kind of sense that tonight in this crowd that there's a lot of nervous energy, and I think we're going to have a good crowd that's really into this game.
It should be an exciting one here at Pelican Rapids. A very nice new gymnasium which opened a few years ago, and a very nice facility and a great place to host this contest between these two teams.
Yeah, I don't think you can ask for any more. You know, there's always that wish and that hope of, oh man, it's so nice to be at Concordia and the field house, and it has that rich history of so many games played there. But I know from last night's game, Jason, and you and I working it at the Hive in Perham, the crowd, they don't stop yelling because of which gymnasium or arena they're in. And it's one of those things that if this is what the situation is, we're just so happy to be playing this game tonight.
And it's going to be an outstanding one. Now we'll take a look at the starters first for the Yellow Jackets, the visitors tonight on the scoreboard. They're going to go like this. It'll be Micah Thompson, a 6'5" sophomore guard, starting at center. A 6'5" senior, number 10, Finn Diggins. Starting at guard, a 6'2" senior, number 11, Grant McMartin. Starting at forward, a 6'1" senior, number 32, Gabe Thompson. And starting at guard, a 6'1" senior, number 33, Elijah Morris for the Yellow Jackets. Well, we have the chance to touch on it right now. We'll talk about the keys, but one thing you may notice on the screen, Yellow Jackets have not had a lot of success away from home this year at the Hive, 4-5, but this is a place they've had success in.
Right, and the nice thing is they played in the building. Most of these players have played multiple years, so they've had an opportunity to be here. But I think the familiarity with the building helps to key number one, Jason. I think the Yellow Jackets have to shoot the three well. They like to shoot the three. It's definitely a part of their arsenal. When they're not hitting, it really changes what they do and how their defense has to roll to get the ball back. So early success in their shot, I think, is going to be a good thing for the Yellow Jackets tonight.
Keys to the game, we talked about it here a little bit. You said three-point shooting. The other one's going to be half-court defense. Yellow Jackets love to play strong half-court defense, but this is the first time they faced a 7-footer in Chance Fazio.
Correct, and you got used to that tight man-to-man defense, overplay the wings, doing those sorts of things, but we haven't had to defend that. Now, that's going to probably be some strong rotation from the backside. You're going to have to try to double him. If he gets good post position at 7 foot tall, I'm watching him warm up right now, Jason, and it's not much of a stretch for him to dump that the basketball right into the hoop. So look for some double teaming with some strong backside help out of the Yellow Jackets, which they traditionally do anyway.
And another one that we've harped on it all season long for this Yellow Jackets squad, it's secondary scoring. You know, for the most part, Finn's going to get his points. Who's going to be that secondary player that's going to step up? Last game, Gabe Thompson and Elijah Morris. Who will it be tonight? It could be Micah Thompson. It could be Soren Anderson. Never know which one is going to step up into that role.
Right, and Elijah had a really good first half, and Gabe kind of stepped up in the second half. So they kind of flip-flop there. I think they're going to need that consistency because I think having the big guy in the middle allows Fergus Falls to shift to some players and make the defense look a little bit different because if you drive in, you're running into a 7-footer. So consistency throughout the night, and maybe it's not that fill up the stat sheet where one guy has 14. Maybe it's 7, 6, 8 from all the rest of them just to balance that floor out and make it a little bit easier for Finn to get in rhythm for himself.
Now we'll take a shift over and take a look at the Fergus Falls Otters and their starting lineup and keys for the game for the Otters tonight. They're going to start like this. Starting at center will be a 7-foot senior, number 0, Chance Fazio. Starting at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 2, Abel Aho. Starting is a junior, a 5'11" junior, number 4, Caden Conklin. Starting another junior, a 6'2" number 21, Luke Newman. And starting a 6'2" senior, number 23, Dominic Aguilar. This Fergus Falls Otters team has been on a roll of late. They've won 7 straight. They're 7-3 in their last 10. They're seeking their 11th state tournament appearance. Excuse me.
Yeah, and they do bring a lot of different elements that we have not seen yet. So it's going to be fun to see how it is. one of the things that I know has to be on their mind, which is on everybody's mind that plays the Yellow Jackets, is containing Finn Diggins. We've seen Finn light up the scoreboard for in the 30s, and he can do it in multiple ways. That's what makes him so tough. Three-pointers, he can get to the basket. He has some patented moves down there towards the baseline. He can score mid-range, inside, or outside. He's a tough guy to guard because of that.
Also for this Fergus Falls team is execution of their offense. You got to find that additional scoring. You know, Fazio, Luke Newman can light it up. Aguilar has the ability of lighting it up as well. But you don't want to get stuck going inside all the time. But when you have a guy like Fazio, it opens up so many different things.
Right, and it's going to be an interesting look for them. And we've kind of talked about it all year, Jason. That inside to outside game, I know as an outside shooter, I sure loved it when I could play with a post guy who could locate, recognize, and knew exactly when to throw the ball out. I almost think that's going to be a little key to their success. Can Fazio, if he's getting double team, triple team, is he going to find the open guy, and is that guy going to be confident to hit that shot? If they are, that's a tough recipe on a team that likes to really, really get after you in man defense.
One of the things they want to do is control the pace of the game. When we say that, they can't allow Perham to get a lead on them because of their style of defense that they like to play. That matchup zone that they did in the first game gave Perham some problems. Perham could get a lead, make them come out man-to-man, and that could change the pace of this game a little bit.
Right, and in that first game, they played without center Chance Fazio, who was coming off of a ankle injury, and they played a little different defense. I wonder if they'll be doing the matchup zone tonight. I'm really curious to see, and maybe that's the key to one of the keys to the game. And for those of you watching at home with us, that's what I'm really interested in. Are we going to see something different? I almost kind of picture myself, and I'm probably wrong here, a little bit of that 2-1-2 that we saw from Barnesville. When you put a 7-footer in the middle of that 2-1-2, if you're making a drive, you're heading right into his reach, which is probably about 9.5 feet. It's going to make it tough for the Yellow Jackets. So I agree with you. Controlling the pace of this game to where they want it to be, and that's probably getting a lead early, which both teams I know want to do.
The Otters are 6-3 when they're on the road. They're 8-4 when playing at home. First and only neutral court contest for both these teams until potentially a state tournament game next week. We'll take another timeout, get you set up here on the Dean's Bulk Service pregame show. It's the Otters and the Yellow Jackets here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Jen Hendrickson, mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, we are here to help you through the process and answer all of your questions. Mortgage rates are great right now. You can check out our website at ucbankmn.com to get pre-approved, sign up for Rate Watch, and check out our mortgage rate calculators. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Community Bank.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Well, welcome back here to the Pelican Rapids High School Gymnasium. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock as we get ready to go. It's the Perham Yellow Jackets getting ready to take on the Fergus Falls Otters. We thank you for tuning in here tonight and welcoming us into your home for the Section 8 2A Championship game, no matter where you're watching it. If you happen to be in Arizona or happen to be at the Perham Lakeside Tap enjoying tonight's broadcast, we thank you for watching tonight's contest. It should be a fun one here. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock as we're just moments away from the start of this game. between the Yellow Jackets and the Otters. The Yellow Jackets 16-5, the Fergus Falls Otters 14-7. We'll take a quick timeout and come back with the introductions of both teams.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
Well, welcome back here to Pelican Rapids High School. I'm Jason Growth with Lance Rock as we're just moments away from the opening tip of this one. The Yellow Jackets, the road team tonight in their road whites. We'll start with Micah Thompson, Finn Diggins, Grant McMartin, Gabe Thompson, and Elijah Morris. And looking for that secondary scoring as Finn Diggins gets introduced. Lance, we talked about on the keys, and I think, as you said as well, the outside shot will play a big role.
Right, and anybody who's watched the Jackets knows they like that outside shot. And if it's falling, it's really a key to their success. So let's see how the first few minutes get rolling.
Now the Yellow Jackets meets and get ready to go as we get ready to have the introduction for the Fergus Falls Otters, who come in with a record of 14-7. We're led by 00 Chance Fazio, Abel Aho, Caden Conklin, Luke Newman, and Dominic Aguilar. Head coach Matt Johnson leads the way for this Fergus Falls squad.
Yeah, and I'm really excited. It's not every night you get to see a 7-footer play in high school basketball. So a new experience kind of for me. I got to watch a little bit last year, but really excited to see him and the rest of the Otters play tonight.
Last time I saw a player with his height was from Esco and Adam Trapp. But as tall as Adam Trapp was, he didn't have the size that Chance Fazio does.
No, that is true. And one of the things you worry about someone who's got that much height at this level is stamina, and it looked like the games that I'd watched so far that Fazio does a nice job getting up and down the floor and fits well into the style of play that the Otters like to play. I don't know about you, Jason, but I'm fired up and ready to go.
We got 36 minutes to decide a Section 8 2A championship, possibly more. Fazio and Diggins will take the opening tap here from Pelican Rapids High School. The tap is won by the Otters. Aguilar will set things up. Goes right side to Caden Conklin. Aho with it, now swings it over for Aguilar. Comes back near side for Conklin. Conklin looked for the cutter, it was not there. Now goes near side. Past Newman. There Aguilar looks inside Fazio. Fazio looking things over, will now try to back down Diggins. Diggins holds his ground there on the opening possession and gets a loud round of applause from the fans on the far side.
And Jason has a shot going up here.
As Aguilar gets Fergus Falls on the board with a 3.
And that's the way he started the first game of these two, is hot from the field.
Thompson with it to Elijah Morris. Over to McMartin, back to Thompson. Micah Thompson to Grant McMartin, look things over. Diggins and Fazio. Now Diggins will move to the far left side here on the bottom of your screen. Thompson with it to Elijah Morris. Into the lane, Gabe Thompson, kick out Diggins. Diggins fires the 3 on its way, it's good!
Shot for shot to start the game. kind of the keys we had talked about, and a good start for Diggins.
And bringing up the ball now is Aguilar. Goes right side, kick out near side. Pass for Conklin, now goes Aho. Inside, Fazio. Fazio looking to work, spins, draws in the lane, layup is good for Chance Fazio.
And there's what I saw in warm-ups, Jason, that I was talking about. One nice giant drop step, and he's right to the basket laying it in.
Morris back to Micah Thompson. Hands it out for Grant McMartin. Yellow Jackets trail by 2. Opening minutes of the first half. Thompson into the lane, stops his dribble, now kicks back out to Morris. Morris hands it out to Micah Thompson. Now goes near side for Grant McMartin, back to Thompson. Micah Thompson looks in the lane, Aguilar is there to cut it off. Now Thompson comes to the left into Diggins. Diggins, the kick out for Morris. The corner 3 from Elijah Morris is short, but he gets his own rebound and is bodied. But there to pick it up are the Otters, and Fazio gets it up to Aho. Back to Fazio, they swing around left side. Newman looks to drive, loses control for a second, now on the floor, and it goes in the hands of Fazio. Kick out near side, Aho travel.
And Aho has extreme quickness, and you can see it there. Just didn't get the ball down, and I think his goal is to get to the basket and maybe dump off to Fazio underneath there. So watch for that connection later on in this evening.
We might have a physical tone set to this one as well between these two teams. As Morris gets it near side, back to Micah Thompson near the Vikings logo on half court. Now goes Thompson into the lane at the free throw line, kicks over right side, now to Finn Diggins. He's going to fire the 3 too strong. Rebound grab by Newman.
Difference on that one, Jason, is they got a hand in his face, and they were more watching where Finn Diggins was going, and a nice defense there by the Otters.
Aho with it over to Newman. Now goes near side, Conklin. Conklin looking into the big guy. There it is. Fazio looks things over, now looks to drive. Fazio backs down, but Diggins keeps his feet and holds his ground. Now this time back to Fazio again for the pass from Aguilar. Now Aho swings over right side, Conklin. Now a 3 from Aguilar on its way off the iron. Rebound tucked around and a foul. I believe it's going to be on Luke Newman. If it is, that's his first, and it is.
And that was a deep 3 by Aguilar. I'm not sure that they really want that one, but when a shooter's feeling it and he's open, I think he's going to let it fly.
14:35 to go. As Thompson hands it off to Elijah Morris. Back to Micah Thompson. McMartin. Thompson steps in the lane, hands it off Diggins. Quick pass, Gabe Thompson, and the rebound or layup is good for 2.
And that was that point forward position you've been talking about, Jason. Not all the time do you have to shoot to be effective on offense. Nice pass, Diggins.
And we're knotted at 5 with 14:10 to go. How the Otters have it. Thinking about a shot there was Newman. Comes near side, Conklin. Now goes Aguilar. Inside Fazio. Fazio backs down into the lane. Reverse layup is good.
Just hard to defend that strength, Jason, and that size. And a little bit of help side, but Otter offense was good that time.
Diggins trying to force it inside. It goes off the leg, and Aho is there to pick it up. The Otters lead by 2 with 13:40 to go in the first half. Looking inside, Fazio. Diggins leaps up, but it gets to Fazio. He throws up a shot. It's no good. The rebound is finally corralled by Elijah Morris, and the Yellow Jackets trying to slow things down.
And if you could freeze that frame shot right there, 4 Yellow Jackets there to board it. So they know the importance of every rebound tonight.
Thompson in the lane, comes to Elijah Morris. Morris to Micah Thompson. Back to Elijah Morris. Now they exchange passes. Now cross court for Grant McMartin. Elijah Morris steps into the lane, looks for help, gets it from Micah Thompson. Elijah thought about it, passed that up quickly to Micah Thompson. As now the Otter fans make some noise on their defense. Lane cut off every time. Fazio just steps in. McMartin and Thompson exchange passes. As Morris now looks things over with Aho out on him. Head coach Dave Cressup with some marching orders. There's a nice cut in the lane. Thompson draws the foul on a nice feed once again from Finn Diggins.
Yeah, and Fazio was there, Sometimes I think you think there's going to be a foul. Must have got him with the body is what they looked like the call was. And nice cut and pass there, and good patient offense by the Yellow Jackets.
Micah Thompson at the free throw is good. He's got his first points of the night for the Yellow Jackets. End of the game now is Elliot Pribanow. He will spell Caden Conklin. Second free throw. Thompson was off the mark. Newman with the board. Gets to Aguilar, and he'll slowly bring it up court.
One thing that I'm impressed with early, Jason, is the hands of Fabi. He just does a great job of going up and getting that ball, and it sounds weird at 7 feet, but he goes and gets it.
Grant McMartin calling for the reach-in foul. Will be his first. As the Otters inbound, it's Aguilar. Now to Aho. With a near side, Newman. They swing it over. Aho looking inside. Fazio, there it is. Fazio looking things over, looking for someone to get open. Now he's going to back down and throw up a shot and short. And a rebound grab by Micah Thompson.
Nice job by Diggins, forcing him a step out further than he's probably wanting to be. Thus the shot just a little short.
Thompson into the lane, now back to Morris. Grant McMartin, back to Morris. Wouldn't mind seeing if the Yellow Jackets have one of those little runners to get Fazio out and maybe get a touch foul on the arm. As now Diggins dives and spins, runs into trouble. Cross court here for Gabe Thompson. A long two is good for Gabe Thompson.
It's nice to see Gabe hit early. Second half is where he thrived last week. This is a good sign for the Yellow Jackets as others are getting involved really early in this game.
And another good sign for him. He had foul trouble in that last game. So staying on the floor is a key for him as well. Now looking to drive, Newman, kick out Aho. He launches the three, it's good.
And just like we said, the key for both teams, that was a nice shot by Aho. He starts heating up. Now you have two scorers outside to go with Fazio inside.
McMartin now to Micah Thompson into the lane. Stopped again as Fazio's right there.
Boy, he really denies that lane, doesn't he, Jason? The Yellow Jackets, that's a nice job there by Micah Thompson. It didn't go, but he didn't go quite to him. He stopped at that free throw line, and I agree with you. Make him come and get you.
Aguilar off the screen, thought about the jumper, now goes into Fazio, layup short. He gets his own rebound and a putback. He's got 6. And it's now 12-8 in favor of the Otters. Morris with it, now to Micah Thompson. And he traveled.
Looked like it got caught up on his hip a little bit, Jason, and I don't think he even realized it.
We got a timeout. Yellow Jackets trail by 4. 10:23 to go in the first half here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Jen Hendrickson, mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, we are here to help you through the process and answer all of your questions. Mortgage rates are great right now. You can check out our website at ucbankmn.com to get pre-approved, sign up for Rate Watch, and check out our mortgage rate calculators. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Community Bank.
Well, welcome back here to Pelican Rapids. The Yellow Jackets trail 12-8 to Fergus Falls in the Section 8 2A championship here at Pelican Rapids. And opportunities right now has been Chance Fazio inside, kicking some nice passes outside as well to lead to some threes for Abel Aho and Dominic Aguilar. On the other side, Gabe Thompson with 4 points, really hitting some good shots there. 3 points for Finn Diggins right now for the Yellow Jackets.
Right, and I'm impressed with the Otters right now. They are looking inside very, very well. And Fazio's got great hands and footwork. What we talked about, what's just as impressive is the guards are moving, trying to find that open spot and really making the Yellow Jackets relocate and try to find them on defense. If you're the Yellow Jackets, I agree with you, Jason. They need to hit that floater or that free throw line jump shot just to pull Fazio out just a little bit more. Then I think you can get some back cutters.
Aguilar will bring the ball up court. With a pass there for Newman. Newman kick out near side, Pribanow. Pribanow into the lane, guarded by Anderson now with the right hand. A nice move, got the defender, and he got it up and in for 2.
And patience there. He just kind of waited to get Soren Anderson on his hip and then spun around and put the ball in.
Extends the lead to 6. Thompson with it. Now to Elijah Morris. Back to Thompson. Thompson, the right side for Elijah. Now back to Micah Thompson into Diggins. Diggins drives. Fazio's out the floor. They fight Gabe Thompson inside for 2.
And it's one of those smart plays, I think, by Fergus Falls. Combine that timeout with a little time on the bench to double that time he's going to be able to rest.
Near side, Pribanow. Brings it up top, now goes to the right side with a quick pass there for Luke Newman. Now it's Austin Rinke with it. There for Pribanow, inside. Aguilar trying to back down against Thompson. The floater's short. Rebound, Gabe Thompson fight for it, and now a foul coming up on the Otters. I believe it's going to be on Aguilar. Excuse me. It was on Luke Newman. That's his second. Aguilar was in there as well, but they give it to Newman.
And it looked like Aguilar had all ball, and he was a little frustrated and then realized the call wasn't on him.
Thompson over to Elijah Morris. Back to Micah Thompson. Morris fires the 3 off the mark. No good. Rebound goes out of bounds.
And what a smart move. I saw Aguilar over in the corner, and he knew Fazio could come back in. He let the ball go out of bounds instead of picking it up. Now he has his center back in the game. Pretty smart move if that was what he was thinking.
Very heady play by the senior as the Otters lead by 4 with 8:54 to go. And Aguilar will bring it up court. Fazio ready to set the screen. There's an opposing guy having leaving over your left side. As Aguilar drives, kick out near side. Comes back up to Aguilar. Near side it goes, Pribanow. Hands it off there for Rinke. Now they go to the right side, Fazio on the far side. Fazio into the lane. Loses control of it, and Anderson picks up the loose ball.
Yeah, and I think he was going to try to dump it to his teammate there. Just too many hands in the way right there.
Morris to Micah Thompson, over to Soren Anderson. Back to Micah Thompson, over to Morris. Thompson in the lane, slows down, now spreads back out. The Yellow Jackets on the perimeter. It's Diggins looking into the lane, gets it poked away and grabbed by Pribanow.
And there was almost 3 guys there, the way that zone defense is running, and one of them got a hand on it.
Aguilar handoff to Rinke. Rinke in the lane, drop off Fazio, good for 2.
And I thought Rinke would go up with that one, but I think he was going to the sure 2 points there.
Nice drive and dish there by Rinke. Extends the Otter lead to 6. Morris back to Thompson. Back over to Elijah Morris. Now Micah Thompson. Now over to Soren Anderson. They close on him quickly. And Fergus Falls has done a nice job closing on the outside shooters. Morris down to Gabe Thompson. The long shot on the way in and out, no good. Micah Thompson the rebound. Goes up against Fazio, blocked. He's going to try it again. No, he's going to kick it out to Elijah Morris. Now to Anderson. Down low, Diggins. Diggins with Rinke on him. Bounce pass into Micah Thompson. Kick out Gabe. Gabe Thompson, the head fake. Back to Morris. The long 2 on the way from Morris. No good. Fazio gets the rebound.
And that's where that 7-footer changes the game. Most of the time you'd see Micah Thompson with that little floater. He got blocked once and said, not today.
Aguilar, the quick 3. No good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. He'll stay with the Otters. Wholesale substitutions. Grant McMartin comes back in for the Yellow Jackets. Caden Conklin, Abel Aho, and Luke Newman back in for the Otters.
This 1-4 low set has Fazio on the outside. Look for a screen on Diggins here and trying to get him to the bucket. There it is.
Fazio. Fazio, head down, shot up, and good. He's got 10 of the 18 for the Otters, and they lead 18-10. McMartin. Now to Micah Thompson. Thompson the free throw line in. Over to McMartin. Now Micah Thompson again from the free throw line. The jumper good for Micah Thompson.
And that's the one the Yellow Jackets needed. Now Fazio has to honor that and come out. Now you might be able to dump it down and get a backdoor cut.
Aho looking inside. And that battle with Diggins. Aho again gets a different pass. Now the bounce pass in to Fazio. Fazio squeezing the basketball. Now finds Aguilar. Over to Aho. Looks for a cutter, but now goes to Newman instead. They swing around outside. Aho. Battling. Inside. Now goes to Conklin. Swing it left side. Newman into Fazio. Fazio with the pass out the way. Right back to him. He slips and falls. And a travel. The big fella went down hard with 5:49 to go.
And nice to see two Yellow Jackets there. That's what it's all about. They're battling every possession. He goes down, they bring him back up. So nice show by both teams there. But Fazio's tough when he gets the ball down in that post. That is for sure.
Morris. Now to Micah Thompson. Near side, Grant McMartin. McMartin into Elijah Morris. Now to Thompson. Micah Thompson with it. They have Gabe Thompson running the baseline for the Yellow Jackets. Goes to Diggins. He drives by Fazio, but loses the basketball on the drive. They were trying to draw Fazio out a little bit and try to use Diggins' speed that time around him.
And that's the amazing thing to me, Jason, is his quickness. His lateral quickness is so good for a young man that's 7 foot tall. He cut that baseline off, used the baseline as another defender.
Aho with it. Goes to Fazio, they swing around to Aguilar. Otters by 6 as we approach the 5-minute mark. Aguilar backs down in the lane, picks up his dribble off his foot and gets the layup.
That's athleticism. He had nowhere else to go, so he took it himself.
He's got 5, brings the lead back to 8. Grant McMartin with it. Over to Micah Thompson. Out to Elijah Morris, back to Micah Thompson. Gets cut off, now goes to Elijah Morris. Thompson with it over to Grant McMartin. Into Finn Diggins, pull-up jumper for him is good for 2.
Boy, I like that adjustment by Coach Cressup. Moving Diggins into that high post. Now you are guaranteeing to pull Fazio out.
Cuts the lead to 6 as Aguilar brings it up court. Gets a screen from Fazio. Now looks to dribble in the lane. Goes back to Fazio. The layup is good. Almost too easy for Chance Fazio.
Yeah, that little pick and roll is kind of an NBA type set. But you got an NBA type body out there, so it works well.
Micah Thompson to Grant McMartin. Back to Thompson. Into Diggins. Diggins down low. Gabe Thompson. Left hand layup. Good for 2. And he took it right at the big fella.
Right, and getting that early 1 foul, I think, allows the Yellow Jackets to be a little bit more aggressive attacking him.
Aguilar. Handoff there for Newman. Now it goes to Caden Conklin. Conklin. Back out for Aguilar, and we're going to have a timeout momentarily if the officials see Matt Johnson calling for it. Now they do. With 3:37 to go, we got a timeout on the floor. The Yellow Jackets trail the Otters by a score of 22-16 here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Jen Hendrickson, mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, we are here to help you through the process and answer all of your questions. Mortgage rates are great right now. You can check out our website at ucbankmn.com to get pre-approved, sign up for Rate Watch, and check out our mortgage rate calculators. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Community Bank.
Welcome back here to Pelican Rapids. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock. Otters lead 22-16, as you can see on our Magnitude Sports scoreboard. And Lance, it's been a unique game of in-game adjustments from both these teams right now.
Right, and before the last series, I like that Coach Cressup moved Finn Diggins to that free throw line extended type area. It makes Fazio realize, because what's one of our keys to the game is stop Diggins, so you're going to know where he's at, and it puts a little more pressure on the Otter defense. But boy, if you're the Otters on offense, you have to love the two-man game between Fazio and Aguilar right now, as they've got it going.
Fazio has 12 points as the Otters lead 22-16. Aguilar with it to Newman. Newman off the screen, gets free, comes back to Aguilar, now down low, Fazio. Fazio looking over the things in the Vikings gym, now is going to go to work. With a couple of spins, kick out near side, Newman. Aguilar with the spin move inside into the lane, picks up his dribble, kick out there, three-pointer from the corner from Caden Conklin's good.
And those are, I don't want to slight it, but bonus points for Fergus Falls when you got both players that you want scoring summed up, and you get an extra guy to hit a shot. That's a big one.
Micah Thompson picks up his dribble, gets to Morris, now back to Thompson. Thompson into the lane, down low, looking for Gabe Thompson. The pass thrown away. As like you said, they're trying to draw Fazio out after hitting that one mid-range jumper, but no one was there for the pass, Thompson and Anderson, and it goes out of bounds.
One of the things I like that you can watch when Fazio gets the ball is he's so patient with it. There's no hurried movement. He waits for traffic to clear, and if the shot's there for him, great. If not, finds a teammate.
Newman with it. Now a battle near side. Goes out of bounds off Conklin. Nice job by Grant McMartin to cause the turnover. 2:37 to go.
It's good to see that emotion out of Grant. That's awesome. He got a little hand clap there, and he's ready to roll.
Elijah Morris back to Micah Thompson. Micah Thompson in the lane, cut off. Elijah Morris thought about back to Micah Thompson. Thompson looking things over. Will kick it far side for Elijah Morris. With the head fake, and now the three is good for Elijah Morris.
That's a nice shot. Putting the ball on the floor again. We talked about that, Jason, when you're not hitting. Sometimes it's nice to go off the dribble. It kind of makes you forget about your mechanics and you focus on that dribble and you just shoot it.
Cuts the lead to 6 with 2 minutes to go about here in this first half. Aho is going to fire a three. No good. Thompson a rebound, draws the foul. And that foul is on Luke Newman. It'll be his third. And instantly up off the bench is Elliot Pribenow.
Never want to see that third foul, but minute 57 seconds to go before half. Probably not the worst time. He probably can come back in to start the second half after resting his last couple minutes.
Micah Thompson gets instructions as he brings the ball up court to Elijah Morris. Back to Micah Thompson. Handoff Diggins. Kick over Morris. Morris a long two. His foot was on the line. No good. Thompson battles for the rebound. It goes to the floor. Fazio and a host of Yellow Jackets have it. Now we got a timeout, jump ball.
Yeah, and I would imagine if you're the Fergus Falls fans and coaches, you probably hold your breath a little bit every time Fazio goes to the ground like that. But nice hustle by the big man.
1:42 to go. Yellow Jackets trailing 25-19. I know it's early first half, but this might be one of those big possessions.
We talked a lot about that, Jason. Under 2 minutes, does the lead spread? Does it narrow? Does it stay the same? And it's a battle right now at 6.
Well, we could touch on it earlier today in a hockey action. Bemidji State got some late goals. They talked about that under 5 in hockey. And the Beavers with a big win over over Wisconsin had those goals under 5 in that situation. I believe they had a goal in the last minute of a period as they rolled, and now it's kind of the same situation here with under 2 in the basketball game. Get some momentum into the break.
Yep. And then a big turnover.
As they're stolen away by Elliot Pribenow. When you have Fazio guarding the inbounds pass, it's tough to get it in.
It is.
And Fazio now loses control of the basketball, gets it right back, now gets a travel call as he was backing down. Diggins is battling with him, but they called the travel.
Yeah, and that was, to me, a question between the rake of the arm there a little bit and a travel. And I think if he wouldn't have lost the ball there in the first place, it might have been a foul call. But as it is, travel back to the Jackets.
Turnover for turnover, and the Yellow Jackets have the ball, still trailing by 6. Thompson with it, now to McMartin, over to Thompson. They exchange passes in the backcourt. Micah Thompson now to Finn Diggins as they get ready to set up shop. Gabe Thompson, near side, Grant McMartin, thought about it for a second, closed. Now it goes over to Diggins. Diggins spins, drives, off balance shot, no good. Wanting a foul, and they get a foul, but it's going to be on the Yellow Jackets. Foul is going to be on Micah Thompson. Under a minute to go. Yellow Jackets trail 25-19. Spot they've actually been familiar with of late at half.
It'll be interesting to see if the Otters go for one shot here, if they work the clock down, get Fazio the ball and try to score right away. A lot of options here if you're an Otter fan.
They go to Fazio. He lowers his shoulder, but Diggins just blocks the shot as Fazio's going up. Thought it was last touch by Fazio, but they say it stays with the Otters with 38 seconds to go.
Nice defense there by Finn, shutting down the big man for at least that possession.
Aho with it. Now there for Aguilar. Cross court it goes. Now it comes back up, and now the Otters are going to settle, it looks like, for the moment.
And Mike is just close enough to get the count started, which was smart. gets them maybe into their offense. 15 seconds remaining here.
Aguilar with it, with 10. No matter what, the Otters will take the lead into the break. As Aguilar launches the three off the back iron, doesn't get the roll. Fazio's there for the putback, but he's fouled. With 3.1 seconds to go, I'll put Fazio to the line.
And that's one of those you take the shot knowing he's rolling to the basket. There's a good chance he can come down with a rebound, and it's kind of the double damage there. It's only the first on Finn, but you'd like to see him go with 0 fouls in the half. Then the second half, there's no worries.
Fazio already has 12 points. Free throw on its way is good. About 15, 20 years ago, a 7-footer at the free throw line was guaranteed 2 bricks, and now it's automatic almost.
You're not talking hack-a-shack, are you?
That free throw is good for Fazio. Hits them both.
Boy, nice shot.
Diggins just inside half court for 3 off the front iron. And that will not go. And at the half, the Otters will take a 27-19 lead into the break. And Lance, Chance Fazio right now a difference maker for Fergus Falls.
Right, and I hate to say it, Jason, but you said it earlier that this is kind of a spot the Yellow Jackets have been in multiple times, and I don't think you want to live on that edge. We talked about 2 minutes, what was going to happen, and the lead spread a little bit more. 8's getting to be a little bit of that deficit. I don't think Coach Gressup wanted to go into the halftime going, but we have a lot of scorers, and with that three-point shot, it can happen in a hurry.
We'll take a timeout here as the Yellow Jackets trail 27-19 at the break here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Ryan Rusted, Chief Lending Officer with United Community Bank. I'm just excited we've been partnering with businesses for over 100 years. Come and see why so many of your friends and neighbors have put their trust in United Community Bank. Stop in and see us in Perham, Frazee, and Dent, or you can visit us online at ucbankmn.com. We're excited for you to be part of our community, United Community Bank.
United Community Bank.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Welcome back here at the half. I'm Jason Rose, Lance Rock. It's Fergus Falls leading the Yellow Jackets by a score of 27-19. And for the Otters, it's 0-0 Chance Fazio leading the way with 14 points.
Right, and they've gotten just enough from his supporting cast. Some threes from some guys that came off the bench. Aguilar is a good player, and they run that pick and roll really well. I wonder if they'll make any adjustments. One of the things that they probably weren't prepared for was Finn at the high post type area, so let's see if they make some changes while they're there.
27-19 is the score. On the other side of things for the Yellow Jackets, it's Gabe Thompson leading the way with 8 points, 5 points for Finn Diggins, and that's their leading scorers for the Yellow Jackets. Also scoring Micah Thompson with 3 and Elijah Morris with 3.
And I think it's going to have to be those guys, Jason, and they can do it. What I see is that they're really trying to cover up Finn. Whether he spins or turns, he's going to go into Fazio, which is the 7-footer, makes a tough shot, even if you're a really good player. They're surrounding him at the top of the key. They're finding Morris every time. They're making him put the ball on the floor. His threes that he hit, he had to make a nice move and go to his left. So they found those two, which means those other guys are going to have to step up. And I think that free throw line jumper and the baseline little jumpers or short corners are going to be the places that the Yellow Jackets are going to have to make hay if they're going to get back in this game and eventually win it.
Quite the first half if you're a Fergus Falls fan. One of the things you talked about, you're getting additional scoring besides points from Dominic Aguilar and Abel Aho. You got points from Caden Conklin, Elliot Pribanow, and those were some three-pointers, and able to open up the outside with Fazio, so you can't pack in on a guy like Fazio as he can kick it out, and he does a good job distributing the basketball.
Right. One of the things that it may sound like the most strangest key to the game is that Fergus Falls only used one timeout. Now you're wondering, why is that a key to the game? And you're probably thinking, what is he talking about? Now they have 4 opportunities to call a timeout when Fazio needs a break if he doesn't get into foul trouble. Give him that rest and get him back out on the floor without actually taking him off the floor when the time's running. So maybe a key is they won't have to take him off in the second half depending on how the lead is.
We'll take another timeout. We thank you for tuning in on the Magnitude Sports Network. The Otters lead the Yellow Jackets 27-19.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prime, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Well, welcome back here at the half. It's the Yellow Jackets trailing 27-19 to Fergus Falls. We touched on it a little bit before the last break. It was Chance Fazio in the first half. How do you slow down a guy like him, Lance? I'm going to kind of put you on a little bit on the spot on that one.
You know, I think one of the things is that in the Yellow Jackets started it early was that backside double team. So look for someone like a Gabe Thompson, long, lanky, to help out. I know Finn's trying to three-quarter him, and they started out the game leaving the guy on the far side out and bringing in that defense. I think they're going to have to do that some more. The problem is that Fergus Falls Otters recognized that right away, and hats off to their coaching staff. They slid the next person down into that block, forcing somebody to guard both blocks that way, and then allowing Fazio to just go over the top. But I think you're going to have to double from somewhere. And me personally, I would want somebody else scoring other than Fazio. And if they beat us, well, then they deserve it. If they don't, we're going to be back in this game with a little bit better chance to win.
Be interested to see what adjustments are made as we'll take one more timeout and come back with the second half here on the Magnitude Sports Network. We thank you for joining us here tonight from Pelican Rapids.
Hi, Hi, I'm Joyce Prine, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Hi everybody, my name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Welcome back here as we get ready for the second half between the Otters and the Yellow Jackets. 18 minutes ago to decide the Section 8 2A champion. It'll be the Otters or the Yellow Jackets as we get ready to start the second half. It'll be Otter basketball. Aguilar gets the ball to start the second half. Goes right to Fazio. Fazio into the lane. Kick out up top. It goes to Newman. To the right side, Aguilar. Aguilar driving and draws the foul.
He's really a factor, Jason, and part of it is that he's such a good shooter from the outside that you have to go out and close out on him, and then he's quick enough to get to the hoop and big and strong enough to finish off.
Aguilar, the floater, no good. Rebound, Gabe Thompson, now a foul. And it'll be on Aguilar.
And how many times have we seen those frustration fouls where you miss a shot you think you should have made, you go after the basket, and you end up committing that foul 90 feet from the other basket.
Micah Thompson with it. Inside it goes Diggins. Diggins spins. Once again, now kick out for Morris. They quickly close on him, and now it goes to Micah Thompson. Thompson for Morris. Back to Diggins. The long three-pointer on its way. It's good. Nothing but nylon for Finn Diggins.
And just the way we started the first half, we're kind of starting the second half. Another shot from three in the corner, so we'll see if that's an adjustment made. No.
Aguilar to Aho. Back up for Aguilar. As the Otters lead by 5, looking inside. Fazio, there it is. Fazio kick out. Newman thought about it, passed up the shot though. Now go to Conklin. Conklin drives, loses control of the basketball. Grant McMartin's there to pick it up, and then picks up the foul. It's going to be on Conklin.
So great start if you're a Yellow Jacket fan. You've got some stops on defense there. Now all of a sudden you got a chance to cut this lead, and you can sense the crowd starting to pick up with them.
Micah Thompson to Elijah Morris. Morris to Micah Thompson. Into the lane, handoff. Grant McMartin to Gabe Thompson for 3. Misses everything, and the rebound is eventually grabbed by Aguilar. The Otter fans will remind him of that shot the rest of the way now as it goes near side to Luke Newman. Newman to Aho. Right side, Conklin back to Aho. Inside for Fazio. Looks for Aguilar cutting in the layup. No good, and Diggins is there for the board.
Wow, was that a nice play, though? Circle cutting off of that screen. Man, I think they will go back to that one.
Grant McMartin with the basketball. Now to Elijah Morris. Over the right side, it goes to Micah Thompson. And there goes Gabe Thompson. Back up to Elijah Morris into the lane. Cuts, hands off Micah Thompson. Runs into a tree. Kick out Gabe Thompson. Thompson back to Elijah Morris. He steps into a three-pointer, and it's short. And the rebound is grabbed by Dominic Aguilar. Aguilar to Aho. Back to Aguilar. Now to Fazio at the high post. Back up top, Conklin left side. It goes to Newman. Newman with the head fake. Now will dribble right. Aho. Near side, now down low for Fazio. Fazio waits for things to clear. Now goes to work, and right hand is too strong. Rebound and a foul. We'll give the ball back to the Yellow Jackets. The foul will be on Caden Conklin. That's his second.
And if you're the Otters, you're frustrated right now because you've been getting the shots you want. 3 right towards the basket, all 3 rimmed in and out, and 3 fouls, kind of frustration fouls to boot, so kind of making bad worse right now.
McMartin now to Gabe Thompson inside. Micah Thompson. Now goes to Gabe Thompson. Swing around McMartin now to Finn Diggins. Diggins with a head fake, now looks to drive. Now a dish is backside to Thompson. Put back, no good. There's some contact. The Yellow Jacket fans want to foul. Aguilar comes back near side. A three-pointer on its way from Newman. No good, too strong. Rebound, Fazio taps it to himself and then corrals it. Kick out, Aguilar, 3, short, misses everything. And he'll go out of bounds and he'll give the ball to the Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets trailing by 5 with 14:35 to go here in the second half.
And not a real great start for the Otters, but the Yellow Jackets aren't cutting into the lead. They have to start doing that soon, Jason.
McMartin to Micah Thompson, over to Elijah Morris. Now to Grant McMartin to Gabe Thompson, drives in the lane. Kick it over to Diggins. Diggins, the quick 3 off the front iron, rebound to the floor and a foul. And it'll be on Grant McMartin.
And there, you saw that quick closeout that you talked about in the first half. Conklin races out to get a hand in Diggins' face.
Thank you for tuning in here to the Magnitude Sports Network for the Section 8 2A Championship game and broadcast number 331 of the winter sports season here on the Magnitude Sports Network. As Aho hands it off for Conklin. Now to Aguilar. Aguilar with the screen, goes right side, down low for Fazio, too strong to him. It goes to Gabe Thompson. Quickly finds Elijah Morris, and the Yellow Jackets will come back the other way. Right side, it's Grant McMartin. McMartin, handoff up top to Micah Thompson. Will set the offense over to Elijah Morris. Now to Gabe Thompson. Thompson to the cutting Micah Thompson. The layup too strong. A lot of contact. No call there.
Again, 7 foot's going to change your shot, and I think it has the last couple possessions.
Now we got a foul inside. And a call, Finn Diggins for the hook. That's his second. Elliot Pribenow will come in for the Otters.
And that's a big one, Jason, because the third one, I don't know who the Yellow Jackets match up against Fazio in the inside.
Now a foul down low, away from the basketball. Fouls on Diggins.
And there's that third one that we talked about. And here's my answer. Caden Sashaw coming into the game.
He's coming in for Gabe Thompson. Inbounds pass, Fazio. Sashaw on him. Now a shot nearby and a foul. And if it's on Diggins, it's his 4th. It is.
And it's hard to control someone as competitive as Finn Diggins, but there it might have been better to give up 2 than to take that 4th foul.
Free throw in and out, no good for Luke Newman.
And it's one of the things the Yellow Jackets really haven't had to deal with this year, Jason, is Finn getting into this foul trouble like this. So we'll see how it plays out. Definitely going to need some of these other guys now to step up.
Free throw good for Newman, gets a second to go. We'll see what the Yellow Jackets do, down by 6. Micah Thompson. Near side, Elijah Morris. Back to Micah Thompson. Jumper from the free throw line, too strong. Rebound Aguilar. And this could be a big moment for the Otters to potentially stretch this out. As Diggins is on the bench with 4. And now Aguilar loses his footing and travels. Yellow Jackets will inbound. Thompson, near side Morris, back to Thompson. Back to Elijah Morris, back to Micah Thompson. Jumper from the free throw line, no good. Foul down low on the floor. It's on the Yellow Jackets.
And one of the things I think with Diggins on the bench, Jason, that it allows the Otters to do is focus more on Morris probably and Grant McMartin when they're on the wings, and maybe Gabe Thompson trying to shut down their shots.
Abel Aho will bring it up court for the Otters. Aho. Near side, it goes for Aguilar. Now to Fazio. Fazio drives, and he travels.
It hasn't been a real good stretch of basketball for either team right now, Jason. Let's just be honest. I think one of the two teams has to make a little run here, and we've just had turnover after turnover.
I think you're putting it nicely when you say that there, Lance, the way this one's going right now in the second half. Thompson pull-up jumper. Fazio comes out and blocks it. And Aguilar gets the loose ball. Aguilar. Right side, Aho. Look for Pribanow. Now reverse to the other side for Rinke. Now back to Pribanow. Aguilar with it. Now into Fazio. Shashaw battle with him, but Fazio gets it. Plows right through and gets called for the offensive foul. Gabe Thompson stood his ground with a 7-footer barreling down.
And I think that's one of those that the Fergus Falls Otters coaching are saying, did he slide underneath him? And I think you could have made an argument, but the call on, and he was outside that semicircle, so Jacket basketball.
Elijah Morris back to Micah Thompson. Back to Elijah Morris. Thompson with it, free throw line jumper again. Gets this one to drop. It's going to be there all day for Micah Thompson. And he got that one to drop, cuts it to 4. The Yellow Jackets can continue to buy a few minutes here as Diggins is on the bench with 4 fouls. Will be a second half storyline as this game rolls on with 11:30 to go. Aguilar with it. Cross court it goes. Austin Rinke launches the 3, no good. Rebound, Caden Sashaw. And Dave Cressup quickly there to slow things, tell his team to slow it down a little bit. Morris with it. Back to Micah Thompson. Now back to Morris here. Morris is going to drive, hand off Micah Thompson. Back up top for Morris, almost too strong, but he makes a nice leaping catch on that one. 11 to go, second half, 4-point game. A trip to the Class 2A state tournament on the line. And now a foul outside. I believe it's on Abel Aho. It is. Now we get the substitutions coming in. Will be Caden Conklin as well as Luke Newman. And we have a timeout on the floor called by the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets trailing by 4 with 10:54 to go here in the second half.
The scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest. The real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
Well, welcome back here to Pelican Rapids. 28-24, the Otters lead the Yellow Jackets. 10:54 to go, second half. Section 8 2A championship. Jason Groth with Lance Rock.
Yeah, and one of the things, Jason, as I'm thinking about this, when Diggins went out with 4 fouls, it's almost like the Otters took a deep breath and just relaxed a little bit. I haven't seen that intensity. So let's see if they refire up after the timeout and see what they bring to the table.
Micah Thompson now to the near side. Elijah Morris. Thompson with it. Over to Grant McMartin. Back to Micah Thompson. Into the backcourt. McMartin looking in the lane. Drives. Kick off Thompson. Thompson the three. Called the bank. It's closed. Shawshaw the rebound and a foul. It's going to be on Fazio, I believe. Nope, it's not. It's on Caden Conklin. That's his third.
Yeah, and I would have been surprised if it would have been on Fazio. It looked like a clean block. We're quite a ways away, but it looked like it, so it must have been body underneath.
Free throw on Sasha is good. He was one of the two players that missed some time in the postseason. And now Soren Anderson will come in. 10:28 to go, second half. Yellow Jackets have cut it to 3. Trailed by 8 at the break. Free throw by Sasha is good. Cuts it to 2.
And nice to see the Yellow Jackets cutting into the lead with Diggins on the bench.
There's Conklin with it. Near side, Criminal. Now they go inside Fazio. Fazio spins, drives to the hoop strong, and good for 2. His first 2 points of the second half.
And that drop step is dangerous because his shoulders are so strong, and he just kind of, it's not a foul. He just does a nice job of sealing off.
Back to Micah Thompson. Thompson, long 2-pointer off the mark. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Otters. 9:52 to go. Otters lead by 4. Abel Aho back in.
You got to give Micah credit. He keeps firing, and like you said, it's the open shot, and it's what they're giving him, and he's going to step up and hit some. He's a competitor, and look for him to knock down a few of those in the second half here.
Aho with it. Now gets to Aguilar. To the right side it goes. Conklin. Inside Fazio. Fazio spinning on Sasha. Goes up, gets the layup.
Such nice footwork, and I wish we could focus in on that a little bit more, but he really drops. Either step is really a nice one.
Soren Anderson with it now to Micah Thompson over to Elijah Morris. Morris back to Soren Anderson. Goes right side, Micah Thompson for Gabe Thompson. Back to Micah. Now to Soren Anderson over here to Elijah Morris. They close on him. Now to Micah Thompson for Caden Sasha. Back to Micah Thompson. Looks for help. It's Soren Anderson. Kick out Gabe Thompson. Thought about it for a second. Pulls it back to Micah Thompson. Now to Micah Thompson again from the pass from Morris. Right side, Soren Anderson over to Sasha. Sasha drives, handoff in the lane. Micah Thompson kick out. Soren Anderson for 3. No good off the iron. And the rebound is grabbed by the Otters.
And that's a big possession. The Otters score here. You got to start wondering when Diggins comes back in the game. You don't want this lead to go too big.
Aguilar with the floater, no good. Sasha the rebound. 3 timeouts for the Yellow Jackets, 4 for Fergus Falls. Foul situation. Both teams will be shooting free throws the rest of the game. Micah Thompson. Now to Gabe Thompson. Cross court for Soren Anderson. Anderson with a nice quick fake, but he traveled before the next pass with 8:07 to go. And Grant McMartin will come in. Thank you for tuning in here on the Magnitude Sports Network for the Section 8 2A Championship game. Aho with it. Hands it off there for Aguilar. Near side it goes Conklin. Aho. They go around the perimeter. Now they go into the big guy. Fazio with the floater.
And here comes Diggins back into the game. I knew Coach Cressup keeping it in that 8-10 point. You can't bury it too deep now.
Micah Thompson. Cross court, Gabe Thompson. Fergus Falls read that one, but it goes to Micah Thompson. Nice play there for a moment by Luke Newman. Almost got the steal.
Really nice play. And a good job by the Yellow Jackets sticking with it.
Micah Thompson. Now to Elijah Morris. Over to Grant McMartin. McMartin with it. Now to Morris with 7:15 to go. Micah Thompson. Back to Elijah Morris. Here's San Sasha. Backed up to McMartin again. Yellow Jackets around the perimeter.
You can feel the Otter defense picking up here.
As Morris launches the three, no good. Aho there for the rebound. And Morris with a big steal. And he will lay it up and in for two for Elijah Morris.
And that's a huge basket, which leads to a timeout. Gets Diggins back into the game now for the Yellow Jackets.
We'll take a timeout as well. 6:42 to go, second half. 34-28 in favor of the Otters on the Magnitude Sports Network.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
Welcome back here in the second half. The Otters lead Perham by a score of 34-28. 6:42 to go. Finn Diggins back on the floor with 4. And you have to expect the Yellow Jackets are not going to be able to put him on Fazio, but they're going to try to find a way if you're Fergus Falls on offense to go at Finn.
Right. And Fazio's probably going to find that guy that Finn is guarding. But I don't think you wanted to take it out of your offense if you're the Otters. Keep doing what you've been doing. Look for the Yellow Jackets. Big steal by Elijah, firing them up going into the timeout.
Fazio now inside, and it's stolen away by Diggins. A nice play there by Finn Diggins, making his presence felt. Now Thompson with it. Thought about a quick three as he was looking for someone to flash. Now goes Elijah Morris back to Micah Thompson. Now to Finn Diggins, there to Caden Sasha. The reverse layup is good for 2.
Nice job by Caden. Didn't catch it cleanly, but great hands to re-snatch it and reverse layup underneath the basket.
Aho with it. Now to Aguilar. Inside it goes Fazio. Fazio backs down Sasha. Goes up. Shot no good. Rebound. Fought for and grabbed by Newman. Save to Aho. Now back in Fazio. Quick dish to Aho and he's fouled. Nice move by Fazio waiting and saw Aho cutting, and Aho will go to the line.
He plays similar to the way Finn does, Jason, as he's kind of playing at that high post, waiting for the cutters to go, and if the cutters are covered, then he's open to do his drop step to the basket.
Free throw by Aho is good. Quiet in the scorebook, but does a lot of things well for the Otters. Zabel Aho.
Yeah, he is, and he's just that present and that speed he has. He can cut on a dime at any time during the game.
Free throw, that one's too strong. Thompson the rebound. 5 points, Otter lead, 5.5 to go. Thompson, the 3 off the backboard and off the hands of Sasha and out of bounds. He was arguing that it was tapped out of his hand, but it'll go to the Otters.
Little full court man-on-man here by Micah Thompson.
Aguilar goes coast to coast. And a foul. And Aguilar will be at the line.
And that's the thing. If you're going to pressure him, you've got to have help from your teammates. Somebody's got to step in the lane. The only problem is if you step in the lane, it's a dump off to Fazio for an easy 2.
That's Thompson's 3rd. Aguilar gets that free throw to go. (36-30). Otters lead in the second half. As that free throw is good. McMartin hands off to Diggins. McMartin again with it. Back. to Micah Thompson. Thompson into the lane, kick out. Finn Diggins launches the three and hits the three.
A nice move by the Jackets. They started Diggins in the far corner, ran him all the way across. He kind of got lost, if you can believe that, in all the traffic, and it hits the wide open three.
We talk about controlling the pace of the game, and we'll see what the Otters elect to do now with Fazio on the lead. Fazio dip with the pass down low. Nice move in there, but he stepped out of bounds. Did Luke Newman.
And Finn was forcing him out of bounds, and you could see Finn's reaction there a little bit, like he was hoping it wasn't foul number 5. Nice job using that baseline.
Micah Thompson to Elijah Morris. Back to Micah Thompson. Thompson with it. Into the lane. Draws Fazio out. Now comes back to McMartin. Micah Thompson with it. Gets poked away, but Sashaw's there to pick it up and get it to McMartin. 4:15 to go. 37-33. Otters lead. Yellow Jackets trail by 4. Diggins has been calling for it. They didn't see him. He was open in that short corner for the baseline jumper. I wasn't there once they found him. Now McMartin into Diggins. Diggins looking to work. Spins. Gets Fazio off balance. Goes up and gets blocked. And a foul. That foul will be on Luke Newman. That's his 4th.
And again, it seems like it's always the second person getting it. I thought it was a nice block again by Fazio, but Newman coming underneath, and a free throw made by Diggins.
Cuts it to 3. Under 4 to go. And no good. Rebound tapped around, and Newman is able to corral it.
Good battle by Sasha there. Almost came up with a huge offensive rebound.
Primanello with it. Now hands it off to Aho here. Aho had the cutter, Newman, but was unable to get him the pass. And just like that, the Otters will call timeouts. 3:40 to go in the second half. The Otters lead by 3 here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Magnitude Sports would like to remind you that whether you're watching from home or watching from the stands, to please respect officials. Without high school officials, games are canceled and players lose playing time. Contact your local high school to find out how you can become an official and stay connected to the game you love.
Welcome back here to Pelican Rapids, 37-34. Fergus Falls clinging to a 3-point lead. The Yellow Jackets have been trying to battle back after trailing by 8 at the start of this half.
Interesting to see, Jason, on this timeout, if the Otters don't try to spread the floor a little bit. Yellow Jackets are really in tight man-to-man. You probably are going to get a back cutter off of Fazio if you spread the floor just a little bit more. They've been pretty packed in for most of this half.
Aguilar with it. There for Newman. Now down to Fazio. Fazio up and in for 2. Not much you can do against Fazio, and it sends the lead to 5. Thompson back to Diggins. Bounce pass inside Sasha. Kick out McMartin. Now to Micah Thompson. Down low Sasha. Sasha works inside Fazio and draws the foul. Fazio went through Sasha. And he gets called for his 3rd.
Sasha did a nice job there. He just kind of held his body back, extended his arm to shoot, knowing he probably wasn't going to make the shot that way, but he was probably going to draw the foul.
Free throw. Sasha gets it to roll. He's got 5. A big free throw looming here in a 39-35 contest with 3:12 to go. And misses that one. And Newman gets the rebound and gives it to Aguilar. Aguilar with a pass near side for Primanello. Goes to Newman on the far side, back to Aguilar. Now it goes near side, looking inside, Fazio. Fazio says no on the pass. Now gets it at the three-point line. Now back to Aguilar.
And they are spreading the floor now, Jason. So two things, trying to run off time and trying to get to the bucket, just like Aguilar is right here.
They say it was clean. Fergus Falls was looking for contact. And now with it, Newman. Near side, Aguilar. Looking in again for Fazio. Patiently waiting. Now they go to Fazio. Fazio backs down into Diggins, and Diggins causes a turnover. Nice help and smart play by Diggins.
Yeah, he lured him into that one. He kind of hung back instead of cutting through with his guy. And nice play, Diggins.
Thompson from the free throw line. No good, too strong. Fazio the rebound. Aguilar brings it up court. 2 minutes to go in the second half. Aguilar down to Fazio. Bounce to Aguilar, and the drive is good for two.
And they set that up, Jason, because they knew they were going to go right at Diggins. Diggins had no choice but to let him go or potentially get a foul.
Thompson to McMartin. Back to Micah Thompson. Cross court for Diggins, stolen away. Elliot Pevenow lured him into that one and got to steal. Now Aguilar with the crosses timeline, loses balance, and a foul. He was bumped. Foul was on McMartin.
Definite, it wasn't a malicious thing or anything. Feet got tangled up and foul, and puts him to the line. And you said, Jason, we're going to be shooting free throws, and how crucial are free throws. It seems like almost every game it comes down to this.
Foul's on McMartin, his third. With 1:28 to go, puts Aguilar at the line. Aguilar has 9. The Otters lead by 6. Some discussion over the number of fouls, I believe. Now they're going to discuss again. They said it was McMartin. It's his third. They might discuss on who the foul is and maybe change it.
And I don't know that can be. It was those guys kind of mano-a-mano right about half court. So I'm not really sure what the discussion's about. They are definitely talking to both coaching staffs and clearing it up.
The unfortunate thing is I don't know if you want that much of a delay with 1:28 to go in the second half.
No, and especially if you're shooting free throws.
Aguilar is iced at the line, and Diggins gets the rebound.
It's kind of like calling a timeout on a field goal kicker there.
Morris with it. Now to McMartin, to Thompson, Thompson, back to Morris. Morris, kick over Soren Anderson, back to Morris. Now to Micah Thompson, back to Elijah Morris, look for Soren Anderson. It's turned over.
And I think both guys for the Jackets were going to try to bail out Thompson, who was doubled. They both came to him, so Elijah didn't see his teammate and was throwing to the open where he thought they were going to get a three.
1:11 to go. Otters lead by 6. Aguilar with the basketball in the backcourt. Guarded by Thompson, is fouled. They wanted a 5 to the Yellow Jackets. So they're going to get the foul on Thompson instead, and it's going to be his 4th.
And again, probably not terrible for the Yellow Jackets. I know Aguilar is one of the people that Otters count on, but he just missed the front end of a one-on-one, so you put him back to the line.
He'll be shooting 2. And misses the first.
And I was just going to say, sometimes that double bonus takes the pressure off, knowing you're going to get 2. You're relaxed, but kind of that same result, front end. So a couple of big free throws there as we have a minute remaining here.
And Fazio comes back in after a quick breather. Free throw, Aguilar gets the second to go. Makes it 42-35.
And huge there, it makes it a 3-possession game.
And a timeout called by the Yellow Jackets. With 58 seconds to go, the Otters lead by 7. We'll take a timeout on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, everybody. My name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop, and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Welcome back here to Pelican Rapids. The Otters lead by 7 with 58 seconds to go. Yellow Jackets key possessions coming up.
Right, and I almost think that this is a must-score situation, Jason. Not that you can't come back. 3-possession game, you're going to have to put the Otters to the line. So keys for the Otters, make your free throws. At least 1 out of 2 keeps that differential every time down the floor. The Yellow Jackets have struggled to kind of score quickly, so they're going to have to speed up their offense just a little bit here with 58 seconds remaining because they need at least 3 possessions.
After this possession, the Otters are going to try to play the best game of keep away they've played all year and work that clock as well as Morris gets the inbound pass. 55 seconds to go. Morris still with it. Dribbling, gets it to Diggins. Diggins, the 3, no good. Rebound grab by Privenow, and he's fouled.
And Aguilar was really smart there, Jason. He ran in to close out on Diggins. He didn't even raise a hand. He just stood in front of him. He knew, and the coaching staff, I'm sure, went over it. No fouls, a 3-point shooter. Don't give him anything free right now.
The Otters lead by 7 with Privenow at the line. And that free throw is good. He got the roll. The friendly roll for Privenow. And the second free throw is good. With the basketball, Morris. Morris, quick jumper, no good off the iron. Rebound to Aguilar and a foul, and the Otters are starting to feel it.
And if you're the Yellow Jackets, you had the 2 guys shoot the ball in the last 2 possessions that you wanted to. Diggins with the 3, Morris with the 3. Right now, Otters feeling it. They're not putting anybody at the free throw line, making sure everybody goes back. And the foul.
That's on Micah Thompson. It is his 5th. Micah Thompson will close with 5 points tonight for the Yellow Jackets. And a bright future for the sophomore. Aguilar's free throw is good. The Otters closing in, lead by 10 with 35 seconds to go. Second free throw. Off the mark, no good. Diggins the rebound. Morris with it. Hand off Diggins. Diggins to Soren Anderson. Anderson with the head fake. Comes back up top for Morris. Morris with the head fake. Now takes the 3. That's off the mark, no good. Put back, Gabe Thompson, no good. Fazio the rebound, and the Otters are going to be your Section 8 2A champions as they're going to dribble this one out and pick up the 45-35 victory over the Perham Yellow Jackets. The Otters are your Section 8 2A champions.
And what a game it was, Jason, and it was a battle. And I think we can go back to the keys of the game, and I would think that both teams did what they wanted to. The difference for me, Jason, is how good Chance Fazio really was. I knew he was good. I knew he was 7 foot. I didn't know he was that good. And he made things tough for the Yellow Jackets all night. And so I'll just say it too. I didn't get a chance. Congratulations to Fergus Falls on the Section 8 AA championship.
The Otters celebrating the victory as they earn a 10-point victory over the Yellow Jackets here tonight in Pelican Rapids and claim the Section 8 2A championship as they earn a 45-35 victory over the Yellow Jackets. Chance Fazio was outstanding, finishing with 22 points. He did so many things well, not just scoring, but the little things that he did so well to help his Otter team.
Well, I think to me, Jason, the 22 points is as you watch the celebration happen here, and they go to their student body, and that's one of the things we probably miss the most about high school athletics is the maybe the limited of the students that could be here. But you're seeing them get to celebrate together, and just the joy it brings to bring a school together. Back to Fazio, though. Offensively was awesome. Defensively, we just didn't have an answer. Such length, I just don't think you can practice against it. And the Yellow Jackets would get to where they wanted, but his hand was always there, it seemed like. Well, and it didn't have to be a block shot. I can't count the number of shots that he probably altered tonight.
Fazio is outstanding, as were the Otters, as they earn a 45-35 victory over the Perham Yellow Jackets, and they get ready to cut down the nets. They're wasting little time. They're going to cut them down right away as the Otters celebrate with their fans and earn the trip to state, their 12th in their rich history. And a great moment for them, led by head coach Matt Johnson, as they go to states. One of the largest schools in 2A will make a trip and have a good chance to make some noise down at the state tournament.
Right. One of the things I've noticed year in, year out from the Otters is the conference they play in is with a lot of 3A schools, and the physical nature in which they play. And it's not dirty, and it's not a bad thing. They're just used to a lot of contact. So when they get into games like this that the bumping occurs, they seem to be able to handle it really well. You watch the smiles through the mask on a lot of these kids' faces, and you realize how important high school athletics are. And equally, you can go to the Yellow Jackets, and we're going to certainly touch on them yet before we sign off tonight. But it's just been fun. This was a fun game, and being a teacher at Perham, of course, I'm a little disappointed. I'm not disappointed in the way the kids participate, how hard they worked, what effort they gave, and I think as they look back, they won't be disappointed either. That disappointment lasted. It stings a lot right now, but as the future comes, they're going to realize they were a part of something special, and getting to really back-to-back section championships, just one was never played.
Well, the Yellow Jackets have made to the section final 9 times in the last 11 years, and that just says something about the program that Dave Cressup and the Yellow Jackets have built up. But tonight, it's the night for the Fergus Falls Otters, as they earn the 45-35 victory over the Yellow Jackets. Chance Fazio, 22 points, 10 of 17 from the field. He had 8 boards and just was dynamic, did so many things well. And you got to help, and you have him, and you have the outside scoring that they're able to have. Dominic Aguilar really came up big. He had 11 points as well.
Right, and he is really a dynamic guard, and they make a great 1-2 combination. When you have somebody who can get to the basket the way Aguilar can, and if he gets into trouble, he's got a bailout, which he throws it up to Fazio, and Fazio, I touched on it probably way too many times in a broadcast, Jason, but unbelievable hands. I mean, there were passes he should have not been able to catch, and he just went up there and grabbed it and just took control of it. And then when he got it, the most impressive thing to me was his patience. He kind of let everything clear. He read what was happening. He would feel the shoulder that the defender was playing, and he would spin away from that. And one big drop step from someone who's 7 foot, he was right at the basket laying it in.
As they continue to cut down the nets, getting ready to the final strand to the nets on our left. Fergus Falls, you have to think, maybe playing in the area for their state tournament game, potentially could be in Perham, as Perham is one of the 10 regional sites for this tournament as the first net is cut down. And the Otters celebrates with the 45-35 victory over the Perham Yellow Jackets. We'll take a timeout, come back, continue our post-game show here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. Dean's Bulk Service wishes the best of luck to the teams in the Section 8 AA tournament.
Hi, I'm Jen Hendrickson, mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, we are here to help you through the process and answer all of your questions. Mortgage rates are great right now. You can check out our website at ucbankmn.com to get pre-approved, sign up for Rate Watch, and check out our mortgage rate calculators. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Community Bank.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Well, welcome back to Pelican Rapids. The Fergus Falls Otters continue to celebrate their 45-35 victory over the Perham Yellow Jackets as they cut down the second nets here in Pelican Rapids. One thing you may have noticed in our postgame show tonight, the traditional handing of the medals and trophy has been changed due to COVID-19 protocols. So now it's been a shorter celebration, but still the tradition of cutting down the nets.
Yeah, and you can see how important it is. And especially to the players, it's so fun to watch them as they're cheering for coaches, administrative staff, and the chants are going of the next person they want to cut down the net. So it's one of those things that I don't think is replicated many places in sports where here you go, you watch them just jump in elation and the excitement that it brings for each other, and that's what I talked about it last night, Jason. It's what I love about high school athletics.
Head coach Matt Johnson doing the finishing touches on this net, and down it goes. And the Otters, with a toss in the air, celebrates.
You know, and it's one of those things. 20 years from now, Jason, they'll be going back for a reunion in Fergus Falls High School, and that net's going to be somewhere in the trophy case, and they're going to go, you remember when? And it's such a great thing. I know when I go back to my old high school and you see the old pictures, and believe it or not, there was a mullet on this guy at one point, and I go, remember when? And it just brings back memories and things that you can't believe, and that's the beauty of sports, and that's why I push kids from I teach 5th grade, get involved in something that can be so special that you don't forget it 20, 30, 40 years later.
The Otters earn a 45-35 victory over the Yellow Jackets. Stats in the game, Chance Fazio 22 points, led the way for the Otters. Dominic Aguilar with 11 points, 4 points for Abel Aho, 4 points for Elliot Pribanow, 3 for Caden Conklin, 1 on the board for Luke Newman. On the other side of things for Perham, Finn Diggins with 12, 8 points for Gabe Thompson, 5 points for Caden Sasho, 5 for Elijah Morrison, 5 for Micah Thompson. We'll take a quick timeout, come back, we'll have our United Community Bank post-game player of the game here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Ryan Rusted, Chief Lending Officer with United Community Bank. I'm just excited. We've been partnering with businesses for over 100 years. Come and see why so many of your friends and neighbors have put their trust in United Community Bank. Stop in and see us in Perham, Frazee, and Dent, or you can visit us online at ucbankmn.com. We're excited for you to be part of our community, United Community Bank.
United Community Bank.
Welcome back here to the Hive, our United Community Bank Player of the Game, brought to you by United Community Bank in Perham, Frazee, and Dent. We're going to give it to Fergus Falls Otters' Chance Fazio. The big man had 22 points, did a lot of different things inside, was credited with 8 rebounds for the Otters in the victory, 10 of 17 from the field. Don't have his assist totals, but I'm sure there's a few in there as well, as he found the open man cutting or the open man outside.
And block shots and altered shots and diving on the floor and you name it, that guy did it tonight. And again, it was a team effort, and all the guys that played tonight really contributed in some way. But Fazio was incredible and definitely deserves our United Community Bank Player of the Game.
The Otters will now have their 12th state tournament appearance after the victory tonight. For the Yellow Jackets, the future continues to remain bright, but they have some big holes to fill, some seniors that left their mark on this program. Seniors like Andrew Smith, Finn Diggins, Grant McMartin, Caden Sashow, Carson Hespy, Gabe Thompson, Elijah Morris. Not all of them played, but all of them had a valuable role in this Yellow Jacket program.
And I guess just speaking from the heart here, Jason, I do personally know each one of those kids as well as you do. And really, they're as good off the court as they are on the court. I've witnessed them with my own kids and how they hang out and some of the things that they've done and just stepped out of roles that you wouldn't see a lot of teenage kids doing. So hats off to the families as well. I know the time that's put in and how much they wanted it for their kids. And I hope when the dust settles and the sting goes away just a little bit, that they all take that time to celebrate what a special group it was and what a special group of 2 years that it's been for them and to watch them play. So I want to, along with you, thank them for making our job here really enjoyable because it's been fun to call games, especially with a lot of those groups, that group of seniors out on the court for major minutes.
Definitely an impact on everyone in the Perham basketball program. They're will be missed into the future, but the Otters with a nice victory they celebrate. Again, make sure to check Magnitude Sports out, Magnitude Sports online, youtube.com/Magnitude Sports. You can find us on a variety of social media networks here. We'd like to thank the guys that have helped our broadcast throughout the season. It's a great honor, and thanks to Mike Mason for allowing us to call these games, bring these here. We're a part of 331 winter broadcasts from the Magnitude Sports Network, Lance.
And I'd also like to hats off to Mike Mason. He does just a phenomenal job. He's a technical guru. He fixes things off-site. And most of all, I'd like to thank him for just giving us this opportunity. It feels weird. My boys say, Dad, you're Perham famous. And I asked them what Perham famous meant, and they said, everybody knows your voice now. And without Mike Mason allowing us to step into his world and giving us this opportunity to do it in such a neat atmosphere to bring games to you, this would have never happened. So definite thank you to Mike. Definite thank you to everybody who helped out, our athletic department. But most of all, I want to thank you at home, because if we were talking to nobody, we'd probably do the same type of job, but it certainly wouldn't be so much fun as it is now. And all of your text and all of your, I know there were old friends and new friends of mine shooting out text to me tonight, and to you, Jason, and to Mike. And that's what makes this so special, is so many people care about high school athletics, and there's no better place to watch it than Magnitude Sports.
And we'd like to thank also Eric Tiongson. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, but thank you very much for your help tonight on the camera, as well as with the scoreboard and everything throughout the season that you guys have put together and helped us out. We thank you all for tuning in. For Lance Rock, I'm Jason Groth. For Mike Mason, as well as Eric Tiongson, you've been watching the Section 8 2A Championship here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.